What's up? Just smells so good, nation. I'm your host, Roosevelt. Years ago, I was deeply in the wholesale game. I was deeply in it. I was real deep. I'm probably one of the ones who had almost 50 states. And I was shipping out product, buying product, and everything else that a wholesaler did that need to do. I was buying tape, boxes with my name on it. I have a domain name, and I had to buy domain names. I had to buy a shop, storefront, a bigger one. And when I came to the end of the numbers, it wasn't as flattering as a business owner should. I had to have employees. I had to deal with taxes. I had to be accounting. I had to go look over customer retention and customer resistance. And that is some of the reason why I stopped doing wholesaling to a degree. I do have my few clients that I take care of. And you really cannot do wholesaling as a middleman. No matter what they say and how they try to word it, you cannot do it as big as the manufacturer. And the reason for this, the manufacturer has more profit. He needs wholesalers. He needs to sell to wholesalers like myself and others. And that is some of the reasons why I got out of it. So let's give you a number scenario. Let's say, for instance, I do $100,000 per year. Now, with $100,000 a year, sounds promising and profitable, right? To the person who looking at this channel. 100,000, man, I'll be rich. No, you won't. Because if you at 100,000 wholesaling, you got to have employees, boxes, tape. You got no taxes. You got to pay accountants. You got to have a lawyer on staff. I don't need all that. Yes, you do. You have to have insurance and everything else that goes with your business. And I have all of those still, but I make far more money and have a tremendous amount of time. Now, at 100,000 or a million, you're looking at a 30% take-home pay. So 30% take-home pay out of 100,000 with a cash flow business like ours, it's really $30,000. All right. And you said, "Wow, $30,000." Well, let's say if I did $1 million is 300,000. See that math? But I have to have 10 times amount to create $1 million. $1 million is the sales. $1 million at wholesale. Now I could do all of this being at a retail level, right? And all I have to do is get more clients, tremendous more clients, increase my numbers, have more time, and have a few wholesalers that I take care of, right? Let's say approximate 20 and 30. 1 year, I made $67,000 profit, and I had only worked 20 to 21 hours of that. Before, I was working 60 to 80 hours with 100,000 at wholesale, bringing in only $30,000. Come on, man, I cannot do that. The math didn't add up. Now, some of you will love the luxury to say I made $1 million. And hey, I'm here to help you out to get there because you got to know the manufacturer. But in this scenario, I needed more time. I needed time to teach my son how to ride a bike, teach swimming, love on my wife, travel a little bit more. You know, I needed more time. And that time as an entrepreneur wasn't a wise moment of my time. And plus I wanted to write some books. I needed to start some courses. I needed to do so much more, but I didn't have time. But I was working now, don't get me wrong, you know. Yeah, you know, you buying all that stuff, you know, you're going to have some of the luxuries, so you think, until you do your profit margin. Once you do your profit margin, right, and your analysis sheet, you really like, man, I need to revamp. I need to cut some waste down. And luckily I did. I cut the waste down just in the time before everything started going bonkers. You know, having too much product on, too much debt to your credit cards, add too much leverage to yourself, had to pay rent. You are responsible for your employees. No matter what you say, you got to pay them. And you're also responsible for your own household expense. So with that said, when I tell you why I left wholesaling, please don't misunderstand that the business is not good business. It just wasn't a great business for me at that level. I am the middleman, right? You're buying from me at retail now. I am not a wholesaler. When I say I'm not a wholesaler, I mean it. When I tell you that you can be the middleman going to the manufacturer, I mean that also. I have it's only about four major manufacturers in the US and one in Dubai, right? And then there are probably about 20 top middlemen, such as me, who would cater to all your needs. And we kept on having a problem, right? Let's say if I wanted polo black, polo blue, red, white, and blue, polo red, polo green, the Four Horsemen, and more, my wholesalers couldn't give it to me. My wholesalers couldn't buy all that product because they had all these vendors, all these wholesalers that they had to cater to, and you try to tell them they got customers as well. You trying to help them. Their customers asking what they need. They can't get what the customers need. You can't afford to get it because your cash flow kind of low, you know, right? And all this and more happens when you become the middleman. But when you become the manufacturer most of the time have it on deck, 98% of the time. The wholesaler, you better be lucky they got 33% of what you need as a wholesaler when you keep on cater to them. They listening for what you know in the streets. So they can go to the manufacturer to sell to you. What kind of shit is that? Would you like that continues to happen to your business? No. So the reason why I charge $325, so you can bypass the manufacturer. I mean, go straight to the manufacturer to get what you want, what you need. And if you choose to be a wholesaler or a person who retail or whatever the case may be, you could do that because you have more controls. You're going to have 4 of the major manufacturers. You're going to have 20 of the best middlemen. You're going to have me as your mentor for 30 days. I'll be talking to you. It might not be 20 of the best middlemen. It might be more like 5 or 7. But this is exaggeration. But it is 4 major. So you're going to have all that and more to grow your fragrance business, to have tremendous cash flow. So look here. I want to talk to y'all. Please subscribe, make a comment, and share this information with all your friends and family. And welcome to the Just Smell So Good Nation.